Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Semifinal number 1 in the winner's bracket has arrived. And welcome again. I'm Todd Duke alongside Zach Roseman as we get you set for this game between the Mundelein Mustangs and the Lincoln Rail Splitters. This ought to be a good game. Lincoln comes in at 11-0. Mundelein comes in at 12-0. So someone is going to suffer their first loss of the year here on the floor at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. And here are your starting lineups as we're going to dive right into this one. For Lincoln, same starting 5 they have had since this tournament started. Will Ewald, Cameron Whiteman, Dylan Singleton, Landon Hullinger, and Caden Froby. For Mundelein, they are going to trot out the same 5 as well. You'll see Trey Baker, Connor Enright, Saeem Atade, Jack Bikus, and Scotty Bube. This ought to be a fun one, eh, Zach?
Yeah, you know, sort of contrasting styles and two teams that really wouldn't have seen each other before. You know,
that's what's great about these tournaments, man. You get two teams from different parts of the state that would never see each other, and here they are, fighting for the right to go to the championship game to be played Monday at 7:30. And as I mentioned, between these two teams, they are 23-0.
Yeah. Now the question is, you know, Lincoln, of course, have they have their trademark 1-2-2 defense, and you know, they're very patient offensive style. And Mundelein, I mean, we've seen what Mundelein's guards have been able to do in regards to shooting the three-pointer, and Scotty Bube as well. You know, he's probably the biggest. He might be the tallest person in the tournament at 6'8".
I believe you are correct. Watch out for Caden Froby. He scored 16 points in that win over Belleville East. And then on the other side, Connor Enright and Scotty Abube both scored 16 points for their team in their win over O'Fallon. So there could be lots of firepower here in this one. The Mustangs, they're on the floor right now. They are dressed in all white. They are the home team in this game. They have the word Mustang written across the fronts of their jerseys in red, scarlet red letters, we will call them, with their numbers also in the same color. On the other side, you have Lincoln in their green uniform, so that turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
And Lincoln written across the fronts of their jerseys. We're underway. Mundelein wins the opening tip-off, and here comes Connor Enright. Over to Baker. Baker back over to Enright, and we'll see how patient the Mustangs want to be against a very patient team in Lincoln. Here is Abube, splits the defense, takes the shot, count the bucket.
No.
No, they're going to call it a charge.
Oh, wow.
What are they going to call it? That wasn't a charge.
No. That's about as good
of a...
But, well, even despite the lucky break, Coach Alexander barking at Cameron Whiteman for something. But Lincoln ball, we'll see how patient they want to be on offense.
Here's Froby. Froby over onto the side for Ewald. Now back over to Froby as he gets the ball back from Whiteman. And then over to Ewald in the other corner, back to Froby. Around the horn we go. We'll see how Mundelein's defense can respond to all this patient passing. Here's a 3 ball from the corner, and that one pops. Oh. Man, oh man. Hullinger got lucky there as that 3 went straight up and then straight back down without touching a thing.
Yeah. Nice friendly bounce for the Railers, and we'll
There's
see.
A 3-point answer by Baker. That doesn't work. And then the rebound whistled dead, and we're going to have another foul underneath.
I would assume that would be on Cameron Whiteman, and it will be.
Yeah, Whiteman picks up his first. Each team now with 1 foul. And to the free throw line, it is going to be Saeem Atade, who was 0 for 1 in that win over O'Fallon. And 0 for 2.
And of course, the question of the hour now is, you know, we've seen what Mundelein's offensive game plan is. They're going to try and dump it into Atade and Abube, and, well, it worked once. Well, one time resulted in a foul, and the next time it resulted in a foul, which resulted in 1 point. So
Singleton brings the ball up. Now Frobe with it. Back over to Singleton, behind the back dribble, and at the free throw line, he'll give it up. And now Whiteman with a three-point shot, and Cameron Whiteman hits a three as well.
Yeah, Whiteman hit a couple of threes in their game yesterday against Triad, but was ice cold against Belleville East this morning. So
yeah, as a team, Lincoln only went 4 of 15 from beyond the three-point stripe against Belleville East. Now a rebound being contested underneath the basket, and a foul on the floor, and this one looks like it's going to go against against Landon Hullinger.
Yeah, Hollinger, Hollinger's only about 6'3", 6'4", and he's going down there fighting amongst the trees of Abube and Atade, both of whom have a couple inches and probably a few pounds on him as well, especially Abube.
And this one comes back over here for Bicus, and now a loose ball picked up by Lincoln. They bring the ball up and into the hands of Whiteman, over to Ewald. Ewald into the corner, back to Whiteman, over to Singleton, then to Frobe for three from the corner. Oh, boy. 3 straight three-point shots made here by Lincoln to start this game off.
And that's the danger that Lincoln have. When their shots are falling, they can beat just about anybody.
Here's Connor Enright. He'll put it all the way down for Abube off the glass. Good for 2 for the big man. And the first field goal of the night is on the board for the Mustangs. And here comes Lincoln once again. Up by 6 are the Railers, 9-3. 5:25 left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Singleton to Frobe. Frobe kicks it out over to Hamilton. Another 3. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And that's not, well, I mean, if there's Mundelein, there's not a ton you can do. But
no. Oh,
except do that and hope it works.
Bube couldn't put up his own rebound, and here is Singleton. He'll pass it around the horn, and it'll end up with Ewald, and then Frobe in the corner. Kicked it back out to Ewald right in front of Matt Badgley, the head coach for Mundelein, who's not happy with what he sees right now. Hands on his hips, looking stern in the face. Here's Frobe. Frobe caught on that left wing, and a 5-second violation. See, I don't understand how you can be fighting for your life on a wing with the ball, and they call 5-second violation, but you can stand at the midcourt stripe with the basketball and bounce it forever and not get called for 5 seconds.
The rule, as I understand it, is something about it's like 5 seconds closely guarded. I'm not sure exactly how it works, and it's a call that's oftentimes not necessarily misinterpreted, but often misunderstood by fans. So
Baker pulls in, takes a shot. That's a little bit too far, and it goes off into the corner, and that ball will belong to Lincoln.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Neil Alexander, you should be absolutely thrilled with this start to be up 9 and see Rooney come in for Atade.
So Rooney in, and Lincoln with 4 straight three-point shots bring the ball up court as we approach the halfway mark of this first quarter. Here is Singleton. A one-arm pass over to Frobe. Frobe on the left wing once again, gives to Ewald out toward the top of the key, back over to Frobe. Frobe dribbles and drives in the paint in front of the free throw line, takes the shot, no good, and the rebound, that belongs to Enright. Enright brings it back up now for Mundelein with a pass over here for Rooney. He'll take a three-point shot, and he'll hit it.
Yeah, I think Lincoln fans kind of wanted a foul against Frobe there, but gotta be careful there.
There's Singleton. Over to Ewald, and a baseline run and jump play. Oh, Bube got that out of there. I don't know if that was goaltending.
Coach Alexander is livid.
Yeah, I think that was a goaltending call that never got called. Oh, and an answer on the other end for Bicus with a three-point shot.
I don't think I've ever seen Coach Alexander that fired up. And
he gets a tee.
That's a technical foul.
He was jawing at the referee while the referee was coming up the line, and I don't think that Alexander said a couple of things that the referee didn't like, so a technical foul, and taking the shots will be Trey Baker.
Wow. I don't think, and
Alexander's hot.
Yeah, Coach Alexander's one of the.
Better watch out, or you're going to get teed up again.
Yeah, that's the last thing you need. But
there's Baker at the free throw line. He hits his first one, and he was 2 for 3 in that win over O'Fallon. And all of a sudden, it's a one-point game.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow is right. It was 12-3 just a little while ago. Mundelein will get the ball back, of course, after a technical. And Enright gets it to Baker. Baker moves toward the timeline, picks up his dribble, and he'll fire it across to Rooney. Now back to Baker. Baker with the glasses on. Over to Rooney in front of the Lincoln bench, and off the glass, Abube for two. And Mundelein leads for the first time in this game. 13-12. Here comes Singleton. Singleton moves the ball across the Kahawk logo. Now over onto the wing for Froby. Froby dribbles and drives, baseline. Can't get the shot away because he's fouled by Rooney. Rooney will pick up his first, and it'll be the second for the Mustangs. And Froby, Caden Froby at the free throw line, where he was 4 for 4 in that win over Belleville East, and now 5 for 5 in the 2 games.
If you're Mundelein, one thing you don't want to do is send Lincoln to the free throw line.
Not Froby.
No, especially Froby, but the whole team is almost automatic.
And as soon as you say that,
of course, now that I say something.
that's the announcer's jinx, don't you know?
Yeah.
13-13 game, 2:45 to play here in this opening quarter. Here comes Enright. Enright dumps it into Bicus. Bicus with a shot just inside the perimeter. That's good for 2. And a 15-13 advantage, Mustangs. Here's Singleton. Singleton works the ball up across the timeline with 2:25 left to play here in this opening quarter. Around to Singleton, he gets it back. And back out to Ewald, and top of the key for Froby. Froby back over onto the wing now for Hullinger. And now Ewald with it. He'll drive and kick it to Hullinger in the corner. Hullinger cuts across the lane, and Abube got a piece of that one. And now a loose ball. Is anybody going to get to it before it goes out of bounds? No.
I think it'll be Mundelein ball anyway, but I would think.
And the inbound pass is going to come right at the very end of the Lincoln bench. And the Mustangs will indeed keep it, and it will be Bicus on the inbound. All the way out to Rooney, who gets it to Enright. Enright over to Baker, and Baker back to Enright. Into the corner for Bicus. Enright, long three-point shot. That's a little short. And there is Abube with the rebound, puts it back up as he's falling down. And then a nice save by Mundelein. Out to Baker for 3. Oh, that one rolls off and headed toward the corner. That's out of bounds. Be careful there in the front row, kids.
They're going to say Mundelein ball. I thought that Bicus, it definitely went off of Froby's foot, but I thought that that Froby was entirely out of bounds by the time it made contact with his foot.
Bicus throws the ball all the way into the backcourt, and Enright gets it right back from Baker. Back over to Baker. And Enright once again on that left wing. 1:15 left to play here in this first quarter. Into Bicus, up to Abube, slam dunk. Slam Scotty.
That is.
It's Slim Shady's brother, right?
Yeah.
Slim Shady and Slam Scotty.
Yeah.
There's Singleton handing the ball off to Froby, and Froby gets an elbow to the face from Baker. And Baker will get called for his first foul. Each team now with 3. 58.5 seconds left to play here in this first quarter.
I would expect Lincoln to probably back it out and look for one shot here.
We know they can be patient. Here's Froby at the top of the key. Froby's not going to have any of that patience. No way, no how.
Well, I said I would expect them to hold it to if you're going to, but if you leave Froby a shot that wide open, he's going to take it.
Sure. Drove a truck through that lane. Over on the far side for Rooney. Back to Baker. 30 seconds left in this first quarter. 2-point game. Mundelein with the lead. 2 undefeated teams on the floor. 11-0 Lincoln, 12-0 Mundelein. And Enright looks back at his coach, Badgley. And with 15 seconds left, Enright is trying to tell Bicus where to go. Now Enright dribbles. 5 seconds. A shot from the top of the key, off the top of the glass. Good for 3. Man, oh man, oh man, we had a lot of three-pointers in this first quarter. First quarter comes to a close. Second quarter should be just as entertaining, and that will be coming your way next on the Kahoks Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Today's athletes recover from strenuous activity by using Prairie Farms chocolate milk. It provides the perfect combination of complex carbohydrates and muscle-fueling protein. That together will help athletes recover. You can learn more about the benefits of recovering with milk chocolate by visiting builtwithmilkchocolate.com and, of course, prairiefarms.com. Back here at the 36th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament, I'm Todd Duke alongside Zach Roseman. We're in the second quarter of the first semifinal game between Mundelein and Lincoln, and it is a 5-point lead for Mundelein at the end of one quarter of play. As we begin quarter number two, here's Froby, and he is fouled from behind, and that one is going to go against Saim Atade.
Yes.
4 fouls for the Mustangs, 3 for the Railers, and 2 more points for Lincoln. Singleton gets that bucket, and it's a 3-point game. Here is Enright. He'll bring it up to Rooney. Rooney in the corner, and that one intended for Bicus. It's tipped by Hamilton and right into the hands of Froby. Now here is Ewald. He'll run baseline, and he'll be fouled before he gets there, and Atade gets 2 in a row. 7:21 to play. Second quarter action, and Abube is going to come back into the game for Atade. Three-point game, Lincoln with the ball. They trail by 3 to the Railers. We'll see if they can erase that here on this possession. With the ball is a Hullinger. Over into the corner it goes for Singleton. He'll dribble and drive, or try to anyway. Now back out to Ewald. Ewald, top of the key for Froby. Over on the far side wing, and then into the corner, and back out of the corner to Ewald it goes. Ewald to Froby. Here's a three-point shot. That was almost there off of the hands of Whiteman, but it missed, and the rebound belongs to Mundelein. And the Mustangs, that was almost a travel by Enright. Here's Baker for 3, and he nails it. Chad Burgess says from the ketchup bottle.
Although
that's that way.
Yeah.
That's the opposite direction. Okay, we could have said from All Pro Tees.
There you go.
There you go. One of the sponsors of KHOKsports.com and the Kahoks Sports Network. Here is Ewald. 23-17, Mundelein with the lead. Lincoln driving. Froby with a shot. That one's good for 2. Coming up on 2 minutes gone here in this second quarter. All the way down to Rooney in front of the Railers bench. Now back out to Enright in front of the scorer's table. Over to this side now for Baker. Baker back to Enright. Enright will stand there for a moment. Dribble. All the way over to the opposite side of the gym. 5:45 to play here in this first half. Up to Bicus. Over to Rooney. Rooney bluffs the 3, kicks it back out for Baker. Baker over to Enright for a long 3. That's off the top of the glass and in as well. You ain't kidding, the bank is open. That's a second time that Enright has banked one high off the glass for 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much that, there's only so far that Lincoln can extend that zone, and Mundelein are going to make it from there.
Answer, nope, it did not fall in. Baker gets the rebound for the Mustangs, and the Mustangs up 26-19, looking for more. Here's Enright. Gives it to Baker. Baker, one-hand pass back over to Enright. Enright, patient, gets it to Bicus. Bicus will dribble it and try to pass it to Abube, but that's swatted away, and Lincoln comes up with the ball. Here is Singleton to Froby. Froby will hand the ball back to Singleton, and Singleton will drive at the free throw line, bumped off the ball, and he couldn't catch the handle. It goes out of bounds. Mundelein will get it back.
Yeah, Mundelein forcing a lot more than the typical mistakes from Lincoln. I think if I'm Lincoln here, I want to try and slow down, take a breath. You know, it's only a 3-possession game. You're not out of it by any means. Just relax, get some stops, and score.
Here's Enright. Brings the ball up, and that one is tipped, and it still falls into the hands of Ty Moaning, who's into the game for the first time for the Mustangs. And back to Moaning it goes into the corner, and he'll kick it back out for Baker. Baker, top of the key, gives it back to Enright, who's already hit 2 3-pointers from there. Here's a 3 from Baker. That one hits the front of the rim and comes down into the hands of Froby. All the way up it goes to Whiteman. Whiteman at the top of the key, gives it back to Froby. Froby over to Ewald. Ewald back over to this side for Singleton. Halfway through quarter number 2, 26-19, Mundelein in the lead. Trying to hand Lincoln their first loss of the year. Lincoln trying to do the same to the Mustangs. Here's Ewald. Started to go in from that left wing, and then he travels.
He's frustrated with himself. You can tell from his body language. But when Ewald just sort of tried to stop, and
got some hiccups going on over there?
A little bit.
Here's Baker. Baker brings it up across the timeline, and then has it ball ripped right out of his hands by Singleton, but Baker goes back to get it and gets it up to Moaning, who gets it to Enright. Enright can't find the handle. There was no travel there. He never had control of the ball. And a big long in there, and again for 3.
Enright, I mean, that's Mark Smith range. There's nothing you can do about that.
He's already hit a couple from LeBron James range, man. Are you kidding me? Here's Froby trying to get 2 of those back. He can't. Enright with the rebound. Headmans it up to Bicus. Bicus to Abube, and Abube has that ball ripped out of his hands by Whiteman. And the ball will remain with Mundelein, and Bicus will inbound. Bicus does so all the way out at the midcourt stripe to Baker. Baker gives to Enright. Now back over to Baker. Under 3 minutes to go here in this first half. 10-point lead for Mundelein and the Mustangs, 29-19. I'm sure I got that. I'm not even sure if I did. Here's Bicus. Back to where it came from, and Enright. Bicus over to Moaning. Moaning in front of the Lincoln bench, takes it back out to midcourt with a pass to Enright, who gives it up to Baker. Back to Enright. 2.5 to go here in the first half. To Bicus. He couldn't hold on to the ball, but he corrects himself and gets it before anyone wearing green could. And here once again is Enright. Into the corner for Baker. Baker bounces the ball back to Enright, and now back to Baker. He bluffs the 3 and almost got fouled there by Froby. Bicus. Oh, not anymore. Ewald steals that basketball. And with 2 minutes left, Lincoln looking to dent that 10-point lead by the Mustangs. Here is Whiteman. Whiteman on the wing. Gives it up to Singleton. Now Whiteman with it once again, right in front of the Mundelein bench. Back to Ewald. 1:40 left here in this first half. Ewald. Lincoln still showing lots of patience. And into the corner it goes. And here is Dylan Singleton. He'll throw it onto the other side. And a 3-point try is a 3-point basket by Cameron Whiteman. And Lincoln climbs back to within 7. 1:20 left to play here in this first half. There's a baseball-style pass to Moaning, who overshoots the whole entire basket. A save by Bicus, but he saves it right into the hands of Dylan Singleton.
See now Lincoln, they've gotten a couple stops. They're starting to cut into this lead. As I said earlier, they're in no hurry. There's still plenty of time. Just keep doing what you're doing.
There's Singleton. Hands the ball off to Ewald, who takes it into the lane, and it sweeps right across the basket from right to left. And the rebound belongs to Baker. 45 seconds left. Mundelein brings the ball up. Here is Enright as he crosses the timeline and gives it back to Baker, and the Mustangs will be very happy to play for the last shot. Down to 35 seconds.
I expect Singleton to come out and guard him here in a second, or a few seconds, to be more literal. But in the meanwhile, he'll wait. And we will wait.
That's what I'm doing. Standing here with my hands in my pockets. Boring. I knew somebody was going to start saying that. Down to 10 seconds left. Here is Enright. Enright back to Baker. Baker for three. Oh, boy. Enough time at the buzzer. Oh, that was off the front of the rim from Singleton, and that's the way the first half comes to a close. 32-22. Mundelein has the lead, and we will catch our breath, step aside for just a moment, and wait for some stats to be brought to us, and then we'll pass those on to you, and that'll all happen here in mere minutes on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights. the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahoks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahoks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, halftime here of this first semifinal game on the winner's bracket. 32-22 in favor of the Mundelein Mustangs, and this game has seen 20 three-point shots be taken, and 12 of them have hit pay dirt. 5 for 7 for Lincoln from the three-point stripe, while Mundelein 7 of 13, leading scorer in this one right now. Can you believe it? With all these three-point shots, no one's in double digits. Connor Enright, he's the closest. He has 9 for Mundelein, and also Cameron Whiteman has 9 for Lincoln. After that for Lincoln, 6 for Frobe, 5 for Hollinger, and 2 for Singleton. And after Enright's 9 for Mundelein, it's 8 for Baker, 6 for Ibube, 5 for Bicus, 3 for Rooney, and 1 for Atade. Turnovers been held in check. Lincoln has only turned the ball over 4 times, while Mundelein has turned the ball over 5 times, but Lincoln has scored 9 points off of those 5 Mundelein turnovers, while the Mustangs have scored only 5 points off of the 4 by Lincoln. Rebound department, that is being won big time by Mundelein. They're killing the boards 12-5 against Lincoln, and from the free throw lines, not many of those going on either. 1 for 2 for Caden Frobe. He's the only one that was on the free throw line for Lincoln, and 3 of 4 for Mundelein. That's 2 for 2 for Trey Baker, and a 1 for 2 performance from Atade. So, man, three-point shots coming down everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, and I think sort of, well, just a little bit more athleticism in the rebounding differential from this Mundelein team. They've got a little bit more height and a little bit, well, actually quite a bit more height and a little bit more athleticism than this Lincoln team, and I think you can chalk that up to the predominant reason for this 10-point lead for the Mustangs. I mean, and the fact that they're banking in 25-footers like it's nothing, you know, helps.
Another couple of things that stand out to me is Mundelein has 5 points on fast breaks and 3 points on second chances, and Lincoln has zeros in both of those categories.
Well, I mean, scoring in a hurry is not some, well, I mean, Lincoln don't have, well, with Hollinger being the tallest guy in the game, and as I said earlier, he's only 6'3", kind of going in amongst the trees, especially when Ibube's in. I mean, there's only so much you can ask him to do. But, and, well, in regards to fast break, Lincoln, as we've said before, and we'll probably say again a number of times before the end of this tournament, Lincoln play a very deliberate, very patient offensive style. And so, you know, they're not going to get out and run a ton, and because, frankly, they don't need to.
Well, that's a look at your halftime stats. We'll take a break, and third quarter action will be coming your way next on the Kahoks Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, Choose Lakeside.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place World Champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Welcome once again back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I am Todd Duke, Zach Roseman alongside as well, and boy, oh boy, we had a lot of three-pointers rain down in this first half, 20 of them that were taken, 12 of them hit. Let's see what the second half has in store.
Here we go.
Third quarter is underway, and here comes Enright, who has went to the bank a couple of times with a couple of three-pointers, and now we're going to have a Singleton foul right off the bat here.
Yeah, a little bit of a delayed call there, but
it was the right call.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it. Just, you know,
the lateness of it was, yeah, a little question mark over my head. So Mundelein with it again, and Baker will give it to Enright. Enright back to Baker, and Baker will cross the line. Just underway here in quarter number 3. It's a 10-point lead for the Mundelein Mustangs as they look to stay undefeated. So does Lincoln. One of these teams will lose their first game, and right now the Railers are on the losing end of it. Three-point shot misses. Enright takes that one, then gets knocked on his butt by Singleton, and no call. So back-to-back three-point shots missed here by Mundelein, and Lincoln, they smell blood in the water, and they'll have their chance. Here is Ewald. Ewald, oh! Both Enright and Singleton hit the deck.
Kind of, sort of, I guess they're going to sort of call it incidental contact.
Yeah.
And
now we're not going to have incidental contact, and Ewald, Froby is going to get called for a foul.
And the folks clad in red and green are not very happy about it.
They're sitting down here closer to us. The ones down in the red dress down at the other end are there for their team, Mundelein. And here is Bicus back to Enright. Back to Bicus in front of his bench in the corner, double teamed. Bube will have that ball swatted out of his hand, and then
that should, that should be
Lincoln
basketball.
That was a nice try by Atade, but he grabbed a hold of the ball and then rolled out of bounds. So Lincoln gets the ball back, and we are 1 minute, 10 seconds into this quarter and still waiting for our first score in the third. Here comes Singleton.
Yeah, here seeing Mundelein miss those first 2 3-point shots, I think give Lincoln a little bit of confidence. They just need to be able to put the ball in the bucket.
Lincoln does that nice job of rotating and cycling all the way around the outside of the perimeter, and almost everybody touches the ball at least twice. Here's Singleton. He drives in, kicks it out, three-point shot coming, and that's nothing but the bottom of the net for Cameron Whiteman.
I believe that's about the fourth he's hit here.
Whiteman, yeah, that's the fourth he's hit out of 5 tries. He was on fire early on. That's almost a turnover, and now the ball rolls out of bounds, and it'll stay with Mundelein.
Commendable effort there by Ewald, being active. That's the number one rule of playing the zone. You have to be active with your hands. You have to be active with your feet. If you're standing still, you're doing something wrong.
Inbound pass comes into Baker. Baker over to Enright. Enright will dribble his way toward the corner, pick up his dribble on the wing, and give it back to Baker. Back over to Enright. Enright underneath for Bube, and Bube is going to get called for a foul.
That is his second.
I believe he backed into one of the Lincoln players with his elbow.
Yeah, I think
trying to create some room.
Yeah, I think he was trying to create some room and just sort of pushed a little bit too much.
32-25. And now a travel.
Went for kind of picked the ball up over his head, went looking for the backdoor cut, which wasn't there, but picked up that pivot foot just a little bit too much.
At the end of that whistle, Frobe threw up a three-pointer that actually hit.
Oh.
Didn't count, but it hit. Here's Enright. Across the way for Tade, and he almost throws it away, but Baker almost saved it. Now it squirts out, and this is like a rugby match, a rugby scrum. Lincoln comes away with the ball, and the Railers will look to take the next basket while they have held Mundelein scoreless thus far. Here's Frobe. Fingertip roll, good for two.
Now come out now, and Coach Alexander probably putting a little bit of fire into this Lincoln team. See, now they've come out on a 5-0 run after halftime, playing a little more active on that on the defensive end. But
and Abube.
Not much you can do about that.
4:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Singleton. Gives it up to Whiteman. Whiteman with a bounce pass as Frobe was driving. Reverse layup won't fall. And Tade comes down with the rebound. Here is Enright. Head of steam. Gets it up to Bicus. Three-point shot on the way. That one skips across the rim. And they're on the other end with the rebound. Will be Frobe. Frobe brings it up. Kicks it out. And Singleton got rid of his guy and off the glass for two.
Now
34-29 in favor of Mundelein. 5-point game. Here is Enright. Enright over to Baker. Into the corner for Bicus. Halfway through quarter number 4 up to Bube. He turns around and gets the floater.
I mean, Hollinger's doing everything he can, but as I've said a bunch of times, sounded like a broken record here. Hollinger's giving up 4 inches and probably about 50 pounds on Abube.
Hollinger out to Frobe. Frobe at the top of the key gives it up to Ewald. Ewald at the top of the key will give it back over to Singleton, and Singleton drives and can't get the acrobatic shot. And we're going to have a foul that Singleton earns, and it's going to go against Bicus. 2 shots coming up for Singleton. Bicus picks up his first. Now each team with 2 fouls.
Singleton was 2 of 2 from the line in their game against Belleville East earlier.
And misses that one. Lincoln only had 1 free throw participant in the first half. That was Frobe. He went 1 for 2. And now Singleton trying to accomplish that after he missed the first one. Singleton hits the second. 36-30. 6-point lead belongs to the Mustangs. 3:35 left to play here in quarter number 3. Bicus gets it up to Rooney. Rooney to Enright. Enright back at the K-Hawk logo. Bounces a pass over to Baker. Baker back to Enright. Enright over into the corner for Rooney. Bluffs the 3-point shot. Throws it back out onto the wing for Baker, who sends it to the other wing for for Enright. And then Enright with the ball again. 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. There's Bicus all the way over onto the other corner for Rooney. Rooney back out front now for Enright. Enright back to Rooney underneath for Bube, and the big man hits another one.
Well, if you're Lincoln, I guess all you can really do in that sort of situation, if Bube is going to get buckets, is come down and hit a 3, and so gradually chip away at this lead. I mean, they got it. It's down to 8. So slowly but surely.
There's Singleton for Lincoln. Hands the ball to Ewald. Ewald drives, and on the right side, can't get it to fall. Frobe can't handle the rebound, and it goes out of bounds off of number 5, and the ball will belong to the Mustangs. Here is Bicus. Bicus with it, up to Baker. Across the way for Rooney, and now Bicus gives it back to Baker at the top of the key, and he'll back his way up to the K-Hawk logo. Over to Enright on the Prairie Farms logo that was added onto this floor right before this tournament started. Shot by Baker won't fall, and the rebound is pushed out of bounds by Frobe, for Bicus. And Lincoln will get the ball back with 2 minutes left, trailing by 8. Here is Singleton. Singleton with a one-arm shovel pass over to Whiteman, who gets it to Hollinger. Hollinger over to Frobe. Baseline drive. Count the basket and the foul as well. That one's going to go against Rooney. Rooney will pick up his second, team third. Frobe at the line and went there as the only free throw participant in the first half and hit one of his two. Frobe can't hit that one, and the rebound belongs to Enright. Enright brings it up, and a foul against Singleton again.
Yeah,
that's a second foul on him as they were coming up the floor right at the start of this third quarter. He did that.
Yeah, Singleton sort of, has been coming out and guarding the Mustang defenders pretty hard at the top of that zone, and, well, 2 fouls, but seems like Coach Alexander has faith in him as all 5 starters for Lincoln have stayed in the game and have not come out for any reason.
Ty Moaning comes into the game for the Mustangs. He'll bounce it to Baker, and Baker will give it to Enright. Back over to Baker, 3-point shot from way downtown, no good, and the rebound belongs to Lincoln. Lincoln trails by 6 with 1:20 left to play here in this third. Here is Singleton. He drives and off the glass, counted for 2. 4-point game.
Now it's Mundelein a little bit cold, and Lincoln have done a very good job sort of denying Abube the ball. And if you can do that and the threes aren't falling, then it's a recipe for how to beat Mundelein.
Moaning gets it up the line for Baker. Now over this way for Enright. Under a minute to go here in the third. Into the corner it goes for Moaning. Yeah, all kinds of room to make that 3-point shot. Chose against it. Bicus thought there was somebody over on that left wing. No one was there except the referee. And Matt Badgley has the basketball, but before he hands it to the ref, he punched the basketball.
A little bit of frustration. Of course, Coach Badgley, probably one of the more energetic coaches we have here in the field at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. So
here's Frobe. He drives, and he is fouled by Moaning.
On the floor.
Moaning got a hand right into the face of Frobe. That'll be Moaning's first, as he just entered the game a little while ago. And 4 team fouls for the Mustangs as Atade will come back in to take the place of Moaning. 3 fouls on the board for Lincoln. 28.5 seconds on the clock here in this third quarter. Frobe with the inbound. Does so to Singleton. Singleton gives it to Ewald. Ewald to Frobe. Over this way for Hollinger. Hollinger has the ball in his mitts and surveys things. He'll hand it to Singleton. 10 seconds left here in the third. Singleton all the way back at midcourt. 8 seconds to Ewald. Ewald gets it to Whiteman. Whiteman to Hollinger for 3. No, and the rebound comes out for Mundelein, but the buzzer sounds in the fourth quarter. 38-34 in favor of Mundelein, and the fourth quarter will come your way next on the Kahoks Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKSports.com and the Kahoks Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahoks Sports Network and KHOKSports.com.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Back at the start of the fourth quarter, 38-34. Mundelein has the lead. Lincoln has the ball. Here is Singleton over on the far side for Hollinger. Now to Froby, and back out front will go, and it'll end up with Singleton. Singleton gives to Froby. Froby will hand the ball off to Hollinger, and Hollinger on the far side, back to Singleton. Singleton back over to this way for Ewald. Ewald drives, shot off the glass, a little bit too hard. And Bicus comes down with the rebound, and Froby goes for the steal on the pass that was intended for Baker, but he couldn't get there in time. So Bicus will inbound from in front of the scorer's table, right in front of the PA announcer, Chad Burgess. Baker with the ball to Bicus, who gets to Enright. Enright been playing most of this game out in front here on the perimeter, but now he's over on the side after he just drove baseline, trying to find positioning. Here is Baker, back out toward the top of the key. Baker with a handoff to Enright, and Baker gets it back, and Enright once again will try for three. That one's a little short. He'll get his own rebound, and he'll dump it off inside, but he dumps it off to the wrong colored jersey, right to Singleton. Lincoln with a chance to trim this 4-point lead down to 2 or maybe even 1. Here is Singleton over to Froby. Froby back to Hollinger, and now Singleton will drive and trying to get around to Tade. He can't do it. And now Froby spins at the free throw line, gives it to Singleton. Out front to Ewald. Back over to Froby here on the left side, and a spin move by Froby, and a foul coming up against Bicus.
Looks like, looked to me like Bicus got mostly balled, but if you're a Lincoln fan, you'll take it. That's his second.
5th as a team for Mundelein, and at the free throw line it will be Froby. Just missed one from there a minute ago. Oh, so important to hit those free ones. They give them to you, take them. And, you know, it's not as easy as everybody makes it sound. Oh, it's a free throw. Come on.
Well, I mean, it's a 15-foot shot.
I know.
Not everybody can make it.
Nope. And Froby makes both. 2-point game. This is going to be a fun ending. Collinsville Kahoks are standing outside their locker room. They're watching this one even though there's all that time left. They know that the winner of this game will have the possibility to face them as they get ready to take on Springfield Southeast in the next game. And this place is starting to fill up. Everybody looking forward to the rematch of the last 2 championship games as Bube picks up another couple of points, and Nihal has 14 on the night. Here comes Singleton. He'll bring the ball up with 5:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter to Froby. Froby over on the far side. That is Whiteman. Whiteman dribbles and drives, and outside the lane it goes to Hollinger. He'll drop it, but it won't fall in. He'll get his own rebound, and he'll shovel a pass out to Ewald, who again gives to Froby. Froby hands the ball off to Singleton. Singleton at the right wing will give it up deeper into that right side for Froby. Now out to the left side we go. Here is Singleton. He drives past Atade, and Atade is going to get called for a foul.
I believe that'll be his 3rd, maybe even his 4th.
Yep, 3rd. 16 foul for Mundelein. Next one will put Railers at the line for the rest of this game. Into the corner it goes. Hollinger for 3. No. And there is Abube with the rebound. He'll give it up to Enright. Enright. A pass onto the other side for Bicus. Bicus out front now for Enright. Enright, a bounce pass to the free throw line into the corner for Baker. I thought he thought about a 3 for a second. Now out to Enright once again. And a foul coming up against Singleton. That's 3 fouls for him just on reach-ins.
With that foul being his 3rd, Singleton being the guy at the top of that zone, you may wonder, especially if he picks up another one, if we may not see Seth Tungate.
Right now, everybody on the bench still wearing their warm-up jerseys for Lincoln. Here is Atade at the free throw line. Almost had that knocked out of his hand by Singleton. He better be careful. Talking about Singleton with that 3rd foul. Here is Abube, and Abube is going to go to the free throw line for 2. As this one looks to be going against Whiteman. Whiteman will pick up his 2nd.
Still Spencer Vlasic down there?
I saw him here earlier, hanging out with young Miss Scrum. There is Abube at the free throw line. His first trip to the line here in this game, and he'll miss.
You talk about it. It's sort of one of those things that everybody says. Free throws, especially in a game this close, can make a big difference.
That they can. They're not free for a reason, and he misses both of them. Frobe with the rebound. Whalers trail by 4. 4.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter, and here comes Singleton. Singleton gives it up now for Whiteman. Whiteman back out front. Singleton to Frobe. To Ewald. And in the corner for Hollinger. Back out around and away we come, and it'll hit everybody once again. And now Ewald with it. Singleton. He'll drive. He'll shoot. Atade might have got a piece of that to keep it from falling in. There's a steal after the rebound. Put back up and in by Singleton, and it's a 2-point game once again.
Singleton with 9 points, I believe. This has probably been his best game of the tournament. In fact, it has been by far.
Baker gets it to Enright. Enright alley. Ooh, no, it didn't work, but Bube.
Rebound by Frobe.
Couldn't get it over there, and Frobe picks up the loose ball after it falls off the other side of the rim with a chance to tie or take the lead. But first, Coach Alexander is going to take a timeout. We'll step aside as well. Time to catch your breath for a little while, everybody, and we're back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Three minutes and 28 seconds left here in this fourth quarter of this first semifinal game in the winner's bracket. A chance to move to the championship game that'll be contested here on Monday night at 7:30. Who's going to be there, Lincoln or Mundelein? It's too close to call right now. Mundelein with a 2-point lead. Lincoln with the ball. Here is a shot that is knocked out of bounds by Enright just as Frobe was going up with it. So Lincoln will inbound from underneath of their own basket and reset their offense. And Frobe once again with it. Drives through the lane, or not through the lane, through the inside of the perimeter of the stripe there, but nothing doing to score any points off of. Now over to the far corner it goes, and back out front. Frobe hands it off to Singleton, who hands off to Ewald, who gives back to Frobe, who gives to Singleton, and Singleton into the corner for Ewald. Now over to Whiteman, and now back to Frobe. Hand off to Ewald. He'll kick it outside. Hollinger drives and no room to move and can't get over the big guy, so kick it back outside for a three-point shot. That one just a little bit short. And the rebound belongs to the Mustangs. Coach Badgley is all the way up there in the middle of the scorer's table. There is Bikus for Bube off the glass for two for the big man. And Scotty Abube adds to the Mundelein lead, 42-38, 2:20 left to play here in this fourth. Singleton hands the ball off to Frobe, who gives to Ewald, who gives back to Singleton. Now Hollinger gets in on the fun. He'll hand it off to Ewald. They'll cycle around outside. Over into the corner it goes. Hollinger with some room, and the reverse layup won't fall. And Hollinger bites the dust and hits the deck, and everybody wanted a call against Abube, but that never materialized. Here is Enright. Under 2 minutes to go. 4-point game. Mundelein with the lead. Here is Baker, and we're going to have a whistle. And this one's going to go against Frobe. His second. Each team now with 6. Bicus inbounds into the backcourt for Baker. Baker brings the ball up to Enright. Enright with a one-arm shovel pass up to Rooney. Rooney gives it right back. Here is Bicus, back to Rooney. Rooney into Bicus. Bicus underneath, takes a shot, won't go. Frobe gets the rebound. Lincoln comes back up and...
Technical foul on somebody.
Bube.
Bube?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I have no idea why.
He must have said something.
He must have.
Yeah, it is.
That's a technical, and that's going to be 2 free shots by Frobe up here when this team down by 4. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Good for Frobe.
Coach Badgley over there talking to the official. Doesn't appear too mad. Maybe a little frustrated.
I don't know what was said. I was looking over at the Lincoln bench expecting Coach Alexander to call a timeout.
Yeah.
3-point game as Frobe missed the second shot, but Lincoln's going to get the ball back. Down by 3 with a chance to tie with 92 seconds left, and now the timeout is taken.
By Coach Badgley.
And Coach Badgley says, give me all 60 seconds of it, so we'll step aside for 60 seconds as well. We're back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network. Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald. Back here in the main gym, we have a good one going on here in the auxiliary gym. It's a 10-point lead for Altoff over Triad. What'd you say, 35-25?
Yes.
35-25.
About 5 minutes to go in the fourth.
Okay, here we have 1:20 to go in the fourth. It's a 3-point game. Lincoln down by 3, and they have the ball. Ewald up to Frobe. Frobe dribbles it and gives it to Singleton. Singleton on the left wing, dribbles, drives, and turns around. Had a wide open shot. He took it, and this is a 1-point game, kids.
Here we go.
42-41, under a minute to go. Enright gets it across the line to Bicus. Bicus back to Enright, and over to Baker. Baker bounces the ball back to Enright. And Baker in front of his own bench. Back to Enright at the midcourt stripe, and Singleton picks up his 4th foul.
But pretty much time to go now. And Coach Alexander will keep him in once the breast 5 out there. With a minute left, that makes a certain amount of sense.
7th team foul, so 1-and-1 time for Enright. And
Coach Alexander will call timeout.
Another timeout, eh?
Hey.
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 All right. We'll take advantage of that 60-second timeout as well, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you. 43.3 seconds left to play in this semifinal contest. Well, the fourth quarter anyway. 1 point lead for Mundelein. And to the free throw line will be Connor Enright. And for Mr. Enright, he did not have a free throw attempt in that first half.
He's have 9 points, I believe, on three-pointers.
No good. This is the front end of the 1-and-1.
And that is
Lincoln gets the rebound, and here we go.
Huge miss.
Singleton brings the ball up for Lincoln. At the top of the key, picks up his dribble, gives to Froby. Froby drives and knocks over Enright. No call. Ball stays with Lincoln. Hullinger back out to Singleton. Singleton in the slot. 20 seconds to go. Looks like the Railers are going to go for the win. Here is Froby. Froby. He'll get pushed around by Enright. Singleton with the ball. He'll drive baseline, and that's a blocking foul against Enright. That could have went either way.
Ooh, and now yes, it could have. Now, 8.5 seconds to go, and the weight of this game lies on the shoulders of Dylan Singleton.
Singleton at the free throw line. He did not have a trip to the line in the first half. In the win over Belleville East, he went 2 for 2. Can't make that one. Rebound belongs to Mundelein. They bring it up, and Enright is fouled. And I believe that's on Singleton, and that's going to do it for Singleton if it is. It is.
So now I would assume we would see Seth Tungate come in. And somebody's got to come in.
It is Tungate.
Yeah. Singleton will get a nice round of applause from the Lincoln faithful. I believe he had 11 points.
Wow. Seth Tungate comes in, and Enright is at the free throw line, and we'll have a timeout before we can get to that shot. 4.6 seconds left. We will keep it right here and tell you a little bit more about our host, Prairie Farms. They are the host of this 36th annual Collinsville Holiday Classic, and locally owned, farmer-owned, locally produced Prairie Farms. And if it's time to celebrate with the season with the family and friends and fun, guess what? You can enter the Prairie Farms Party On, Give On sweepstakes now through the end of the month for your chance to win a dairy-filled prize package and a grand prize of $100 in Prairie Farms gift coupons and a $100 Visa or MasterCard card. You can visit prairiefarms.com/partyon to enter today. All right, at the free throw line, Enright with a chance to add to the 1 point lead, 4.6 seconds left. This is a 1-and-1 opportunity, so the big one is the first one. On the way, no good. Rebound, timeout. Lincoln grabs a hold of the ball, calls the timeout. What's everybody complaining about?
I think they're maybe wanting a foul. Kind of, Enright came in and maybe a little bit of contact there, but nothing there.
Well, as soon as Whiteman got his hands on the ball, he called timeout.
Well, the referee's gonna come over and talk to one of the assistants.
No, they're gonna find out.
Full timeout. Okay.
Find out how long the timeout they want. I don't know how much they have left, but a full timeout nonetheless. We're gonna keep it right here. We're not gonna risk missing out the end of this game. 3.6 seconds left. Lincoln has that much time to drive all the way down the length of the floor to put up a game-winning shot.
I mean, they got the ball in, so I mean, I think maybe you would get a side out of bounds inbound, but
well, they called timeout down there in the corner, so that's where it'll come in.
I mean, they put a little bit more time back on. 4.4 to go. We find ourselves
instead of 3.6, 4.4. Not that much of a difference, but hey, you never can tell.
8-10s could be the difference between victory and defeat for either one of these teams. And well, I mean, I think a lot of people predicted this. A lot of people predicted this matchup, and it's been a very good one.
That it has. Winner with a chance to play in the championship game Monday night at 7:30. The loser will be relegated to the third place game that precedes the championship game at 6 o'clock on Monday.
And well, They're going to put Scotty Bube up at the point. Lincoln will have to go the full length of the court in 4.5 seconds.
And it's going to be Whiteman to inbound. And
after a timeout by Mundelein.
Yeah, another full timeout. Well, everybody's filling up the gym as we are getting ready for the next contest between Collinsville and Springfield Southeast, a rematch of the last 2 championship games, won both times by Springfield Southeast. And the Kahawk fans smell revenge in the air. I'm sure the boys that are wearing the purple and white could care less. They just want to win.
Well, I think I remember.
They'll tell you they care less. They just want to win, but really, they want to beat this team.
Yes, there's been a lot of. If you're a Kahawk fan, you remember those championship games and the. First year there was a 12-point game by the Spartans, and then last year, of course, the buzzer beater by James Dent. And you remember the game, and it was a full crowd, some at times very questionable officiating both ways, and yeah, it was a fun game to watch, even though it was not the result that we here in Kahawk country would have hoped for.
No, it was super entertaining. I enjoyed every minute of that game except for the last second.
Uh-huh.
What?
And another timeout.
That should be against the rules. That should be against the rules. You can't call this many timeouts in a row.
Well, each coach only has 5.
And if you don't have any more and you call one, that's a foul.
Yes, as I understand it, that's a technical foul.
Yep,
So
we found that out as a nation when the Fab Five for Michigan did that in the championship game. That was a long time ago.
That would have 1989. That would have been against Seton Hall.
I think so.
Yeah, played the Flying Illini, that very good Illinois team. Coach Lou Henson, likes of Lowell Hamilton, Marcus Liberty. Of course, that was before my time, but
well, you sure know a lot about something that happened before your time there, Burr.
Well,
that's okay. I do also.
Illinois Armor team. So, even the 2005 team that went to the Final Four here in St. Louis was before my time, but still hear a lot about them as well.
All right, are we finally going to get this inbound pass, or is somebody else going to call a timeout?
Coach
Billy, you want to call a timeout? You got one? Okay. Yeah. She's got one in her back pocket.
Right. Here we go.
All right, inbound pass set to come in from Cameron Whiteman. First, he's got to get over the 6'8" Abube. And he does so with a bounce pass to Froby. Froby comes up the near side sideline. 2 seconds left. He drives. He shoots. Can't get it to go.
Oh, foul.
But there's a foul.
Foul.
There's a foul before the buzzer sounded, and it's going to go against Baker. And they're going to talk about it.
Ooh. They're going to bring, man.
They're going to bring all 3 referees out.
And we'll find out here in a minute.
Somebody's going to be mad. Somebody's going to be happy.
I think the foul was before.
I think it was too. It is.
It is.
And Matt Badgley is standing at the half-court stripe. And now he calls his team over. And at the free throw line with no time on the clock, Froby.
So,
and you know what? This is a 2-shot free throw.
And of all the people, if you're a Lincoln fan, that you want taking these shots, it is that man right there, Caden Froby.
They put 0.2 seconds back on the clock.
Not that makes a difference.
No, not much. No. So, if he makes 1, we're tied. If he makes 2,
Lincoln wins.
Lincoln wins.
Coach Badgley.
This is a fitting end to this game, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And had all the drama you could ask for. See the Collinsville student section here in pretty hefty numbers, and a number of other people standing as well. So here we go. We will see.
Froby with 16 points. He would love number 17 and 18. First shot on the way. Good.
Butter.
We're tied.
And you will hear the roar from the red and green.
This is either going to be
a
Lincoln.
Coach Badgley will call timeout.
Either going to be a Lincoln win or we're going to overtime. One of the two.
We've had a lot of very good basketball games in this tournament. And I've seen quite a few good ones in my time of watching basketball. But this might be up there with the best.
It's a pretty good game. Very entertaining.
Yeah. Let's see what happens now is Frobe will come on down, and we will see if the Missouri S&T commit. We'll find out here together, along with about, a
couple of thousand of our friends.
Yeah, probably about, 1,800, 1,900 other souls. But here we are.
42-42.
A miss will send the game to overtime. A win for the Railers.
Will happen if Frobe can sink this one. Here we go. Frobe has the ball in his hands. One more shot coming.
And
no!
Oh, and we're going to overtime.
We are going to overtime. Well, I don't have any more quarters I can put up here, do I? Overtime.
Overtime. There you go.
42-42. 4 minutes put on the board. We're going to step aside for just a brief moment, and we're back in just a minute here on the Kahoks Sport Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their third year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com. A brand new 4 minutes put on the clock. We are in overtime, 42-42.
It's got to make sure everybody's set up correctly.
And remember, no Singleton for Lincoln.
See him now sitting at the end of the bench. Tip won by Mundelein.
And Enright brings it up. Gets it to Baker, who committed that foul to put Frobe on the line to send us to overtime. If he doesn't commit that foul, Mundelein wins this game by 1. But here we are in overtime, and here's Enright to Baker. Back over to Enright. Now Bikus. Bikus at the free throw line. Back to Enright. He'll dribble, he'll drive, he'll put it in the corner. Wide open three for Baker, and he hits it.
He's had a rather quiet second half, and that's the first three-pointer Mundelein have made in a while.
Yeah, they were raining down like Skittles off a rainbow in the first half. Not so much here in the second half. Here is Ewald. He'll almost mishandle the ball, but Frobe takes care of it and gives it to Hullinger. And now Ewald will give it to Tungate. Tungate had to come in for Singleton. And now a save on his back by Frobe, but he throws it to the wrong colored jersey, and Enright will turn it into 2 points, possibly 3.
Connor Enright will get the bucket and the bruise, and that foul will be on Hullinger.
Tungate picks up that foul, his first, obviously. Each team with 9. So each team has one more to give before double bonus time comes upon us.
Of course, not.
And here is Enright trying to turn this into a 3-point play. He does.
Made all of a sudden up to 6 for the Mustangs. Lincoln do not have the time here to go down by a big deficit like they did earlier.
No, they don't. Because already 1 minute and 10 seconds have expired in this overtime period. Here is Frobe. Frobe hands the ball off to Whiteman. Back to Frobe. And now back over here to Hullinger to Whiteman. Whiteman back to Ewald. Ewald will dribble and drive through the lane. Take an off-balance shot. Can't get it to go. Bikus with the rebound. And then we're going to have a foul. That's going to go against Frobe. And Frobe will pick up his third.
Not sure about that one, but definitely not a foul you want for Lincoln.
At the free throw line is young Mr. Bikus. First shot good. Well, now Mundelein's piling on. 7-point lead. Next one for Bikus, also good. Here is Froby. Froby gets caught right in front of his own bench, throws it out to Ewald. Ewald will give it up to Hullinger. Hullinger gives it back to Froby. Froby kicks it over to Tungate. Tungate out front now to Ewald. Back to Froby. He'll launch a three-point shot and hit it. He probably says to himself, man, I hit a three-point shot and I couldn't hit that last free throw. Well, 5-point game. 2 minutes left to play here in this overtime. Here is Bube underneath. Couldn't get it to go. Partially blocked. Hullinger blocks it twice. Boy. Hullinger gets 2 blocks on the 6'8" big man of Bube, but then he gets called for the foul. Third time was not the charm. And now Scotty Bube at the free throw line. Chance to add to his team's 5-point lead.
And add to his personal total of 16 points.
And the first one swoops out. They call that that logo the Nike swoosh.
Swoosh.
That's what that basketball just did. It made its own Nike swoosh right out from right to left, and that one doesn't go in either. And then a foul by Enright as he chopped onto the arm of Hullinger, and back down the other end will come for 2 free throws.
That's his second.
And here's Hullinger. 5-point game. Lincoln trying to trail it down to 3, and it starts with that one that takes it down to 4.
Hullinger, kind of a quiet game offensively, but, you know, he's done some of those things that don't show up in the box score.
And he gets both. That'll help his team out. 3-point game. 1:52 left to play here in this overtime period. Here is Bikus. Bikus brings it up to Bube. He'll turn around, take the shot, get it for 2. 52-47. Here's Froby to Whiteman. Gets it over to Ewald. Ewald back over to Tungate. Tungate will hand the ball off to Whiteman. And in turn, he'll hand it off to Froby. Froby spins in the paint, takes the shot off the glass, won't go. And the rebound handled by Baker.
Enright all over Froby that entire possession. No call there.
And now a foul by Tungate. That'll be his second.
And Froby will kind of put his hands on his head as Tungate sort of wonder, like, what?
1:17 left here in this overtime. 2 shots coming for Baker, and he hits the first one. 6-point game. Baker trying to make it 7. He does. We both had to go to the bathroom like a half hour ago.
Well, here we are now.
And overtime. Eyes are floating in my head now. Here is Ewald for 3. Yes! Man, oh man, oh man. The game that won't end. 1:05 left to play. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
I think we've probably used all of our commercials by now.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean,
I just don't want to miss anything, and I'm sure everybody at home is like, no, don't take a commercial.
Of course.
Keep it right here.
Of course not.
1:05 left to play here in this overtime period. 54-50. Mundelein Mustangs with the 4-point lead. These two teams right now are undefeated. One of them is going to leave here not so. Winner advances to Monday's championship game. Loser will advance to the third place game. Both taking place Monday evening.
Third place game at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Championship game at 7:30, I believe.
Yes, sir. Inbound pass will come in from Bikus. And it comes into Enright. Bikus gets it right back. Throws the ball up to Rooney. Rooney drives over to Baker, to Enright. Kick it out to Bikus. And Rooney will be fouled by Froby.
And that is 4 on Froby. And you definitely don't want him to definitely do not want him to foul out.
And that'll send Rooney to the free throw line. Rooney, his first trip to the charity stripe in this game, and he'll miss the first one. That's the right guy to foul, the guy who doesn't play that much and came in off the bench just a minute ago. A lot better than fouling Enright or Baker, that's for sure. But Rooney hits the second one, and it's a 5-point game again with 50 seconds left to play here in this overtime period. Out to Tungate, to Ewald, to Froby. Froby dribbles and gives it up to Hullinger. Hullinger at the free throw line gives it to Tungate. He'll drive and kick it out to Froby at the free throw line. Froby pushes it out. 3-point shot, Hullinger. That's a little short. And the rebound is handled by Enright. And Enright puts it up court. And,
hard foul by Ewald.
Ewald, I think him and his feet got tangled up, but Ewald's going to get called for the foul. That'll be his first. And back to the free throw line will be Enright.
And you would think if Enright is able to convert on these, that would be just about all.
Right now it's a 2-possession game. If he makes both of them, it'll be a 3-possession game. Enright hits the first one.
Well, tough now. It'll be really tough if he makes this next one. Which
Enright does.
Coach Badgley will call timeout.
57-50. Man, these teams can't have too many timeouts left, can they?
Well, I know you get an extra one whenever you go to overtime, but I still can't think they have too many. But
29.2 seconds is what we have left in this overtime period. First overtime game we've had in this tournament.
It's been kind of a fun game.
It has. Just could have done without the overtime.
Well,
overtime basketball is fun though too.
Yes. Well, you can say, there's a variety of what ifs. There's a what if that foul had not been called or had been after the buzzer, or what if Froby?
Yeah.
Well,
this game would be over and we wouldn't be talking about it right now. Here's Froby.
Froby had made that second
3-point shot. That one tips off the rim and comes down for Rooney. Rooney gets it over to Enright. Enright, he's fouled by Tungate with 15.7 seconds left and already a 3-possession game. And if Enright makes these, this game will be over.
And it looks like that will presumably be it. See, but just to be sure, Badgley will have Abube, and everybody will back off.
Enright at the free throw line with nothing but Lincoln Railers around him, and he hits another free throw. And Enright gets the basketball one more time at the charity stripe and delivers another one. 9-point game, and this one's all over but the shouting now. Here is Froby. He'll drive into the perimeter and lose control of the ball up to Baker, and Baker is going to have an easy layup, and this game is all but over. And now it is over. At the buzzer, a shot won't fall, but that's it. Mundelein wins 61-50 in overtime, and Mundelein will move on to the championship game Monday night at 7:30, while Lincoln will play in the third-place game at 6 o'clock on Monday night as well. We are finished with this game. We'll step aside and get you ready for the next contest between Collinsville and Springfield Southeast. That comes up next on the Kahoks Sports Network.